After 6 months of hard work and adventuring the Whitsunday region, it was time to get back on the road again. Say goodbye to this awesome place, adventurous nightlife, our mates, wing companions, oh of course, and our four-legged friends. It was goodbye Whitsundays and the start of a new adventure towards Cape York. So in this episode we start our journey and stop at a little known free beach camp called Crystal Creek. We take you on a short road trip to Townsville and explore the nearby Crystal Creek pools. G'day guys and welcome back to another episode of Wild World Adventures. We are back on the road again.
Yay!
Finally. Now if you followed us it might look a bit confusing about what we're actually doing, so we thought we'd take the time and explain it to you. So we have been living in Airlie Beach, which is in the Whitsunday regions for the past...
November last year.
Since November last year, that's right.
2022.
And the reason for that was mainly that we had to overcome a wet season in Queensland. We didn't want to leave Queensland just yet. And we had to get some urgent work done. If you remember, we were a bit skinned, so we had to top up our budget to be able to
continue our journey.
Correct. So we stayed there. We rented an apartment, which was much needed because the wet season. The wet season was just hitting us really bad, and living in a camper trailer isn't fun when it's raining. Horrible. So we decided to stay there, and we brought you some videos from the surrounding area which we explored, and that's why you saw a lot of stuff coming from the Whitsundays. Now we've packed up, we are finally back on the road again. Our pockets are stuffed full of cash. Not really, but anyway, we left anyway.
Kind of.
and so we're full-time on the road again finally. And we've got our camp set up here. At the moment we are at the place called Crystal Creek Beach.
Hut and camping.
Correct. So along this beach there, I'm not sure if you can see it, there's heaps of little fishermen shags. It is between Townsville and Cairns, this place. It's a free campsite. It's a super nice place to hang out for a couple of days or a week. We'll be here for a little bit. We're just going to get settled again. We've got some maintenance to do. We're still working on our canopy and some stuff had to get repaired. So we thought we'd take the time and stay here. Look at this, man. This is our views. How nice. So yeah, we're going to explore this area for a little bit before we move on further up north, and we're heading towards Cape York on this journey. In the meantime, there is a national park close by that's named Paluma. We're not sure what it's pronounced, but anyway, it's a beautiful national park up in the rainforest, and we're going to explore that over the coming days as well. As you can see, we already set up. Jenny's done some washing which needed to be done. We just got off the sailboat actually. Well, tell a lie. We've been in a caravan park for the past week or so, and it's been a right bloody nightmare. We had to get the canopy done, which is a new canopy I got, which just arrived in the last few days that we stayed in Airlie Beach. So it's been really, really stressful to build that canopy. If you want to know the ins and outs of the canopy, there will be a separate video. If it's ready, I'll put the link up here, maybe up here or here. I'll never know where it goes, but I'll put the link up there and in the description below so you can check out the full build of it. And also we'll show you a little bit about the camper trailer. Yep, so today we got planned to explore the beach a little bit, and that's what we're going to do now. We're going to get the ute ready and we're going to drive along the beach and see what it's like here. There's heaps of campsites further down the beach. Now a bit of detail in case you guys actually want to come down here. The first couple of campsites which we're located on, they're in between huts, so you might actually find it easier to drive on the beach to find those places. There is heaps of sites available theoretically, but be careful. If you got a heavy rig, don't drive on the sand. If you got a caravan, you are going to be restricted to the first couple of sites. Do not go any further because we've seen heaps of people bogged. Even people with their boats, they get bogged. Unless you got a super good rig, don't attempt it. Just stay somewhere in the first couple of bays as you follow the beach track. If you're only in the 4-wheel drive or you've got a rooftop tent, I recommend you drive further. Now, you will have to check the tides. You can only attempt that during low tide. During high tide, you'll be cut off. That's I think the first 2 hours and the last 2 hours of high tide. Other than that, I would recommend you go further down to the sand spit. I'll put a little map on here now so you can see what I mean. So drive all the way up there. There is heaps of cool sites and less people. Here it gets a bit busy because it is very close to the main highway connecting Brisbane and Cairns. So a lot of travellers just stop here for the night and they do silly things, man. That's all I can say to that. They do absolutely silly things. They look like they've never been out camping before. We've seen some ridiculous stuff. So anyway, take that as a little side note if you come down there. Otherwise, it's a really cool spot to spend a couple of nights or even a week. So we're going to be here for a week at least. We're going to get some editing done. Hopefully, we're going to get some maintenance done, some repairs on the vehicles. Which we should have done in Early Beach, but we didn't. But anyway,
Not enough time.
We also-
move on.
yeah, internet-wise, this has been a bit of an issue, and we're working on that at the moment. We're trying to get better reception, so there'll be another video coming up about an antenna I am thinking about buying, so we'll put that up as well soon so we get better reception. You can make phone calls here pretty much anywhere along this beach, but internet is absolutely rubbish. Absolute rubbish. You can't even pull up maps, all your socials, none of it works really well here, so we're a bit stuck with that over the next coming days unless we find a way to fix it. Yeah. All right, let's hit the beach first and I'll show you around this place a little bit. Let's go. No, we haven't actually to tie us down, which is a bit silly of us, isn't it?
Have to do it.
Arrived at camp and someone
Get bogged.
asked for help straight away. He was just over it. So I later found out that he hasn't had his tyres down.
This intersection is the first day that we came, and then the tide high. We could not get on the beach.
Yeah, right. These are always the tricky parts to get up when you've got a curve going up the side.
Think about when you come with camera trailer, I don't think it's a good idea. A single car is okay.
We're just having a look at a few of the other campsites that are sort of a bit, I'd say, north of the beach, which is a lot harder to access. You just seen that little turn off as it comes down on the beach, which we didn't want to take the other day because the tide was up, so you couldn't actually pass it anyway. Plus it was a steep sort of a drop and then a turn, and sort of those things got us in trouble before, so we tried not to do it. Yeah, have a look. So there's heaps of these campsites dotted all along the beach here. And beautiful sights. Have a look at the view. far as we can take it. Even though the creek is actually almost empty now, it's still got a little outfit there going into the ocean. You can see that. Yeah, you probably could make it, but is it worth it? I don't know. Not with the car fully loaded, but it's a beautiful spot here nevertheless. So we didn't see, we saw 2 camps. We saw maybe 2 camps for that whole stretch past where we turned off into the beach.
Yeah.
So there's not many people coming further up that way. Understandable why you will be cut off by the tides, by the high tide, but you will be a little bit more remote. We didn't want to take that risk because we are going actually up there in the next couple of days. Either Jenny and me, or just me, we'll see about that. But yeah, you can see up there, that's all rainforest that we're going to explore in the coming week.
Not me.
So there's a couple of good hikes I've planned up there. You'll see that in the coming videos anyway, but we stationed ourselves here. Like always, we found a base camp, we find a place where we can set up for longer, and then we fan out and explore the surrounding areas. And this is just the perfect campsite for us to be at. Come back on the beach, how good is it? Awesome. So this is the way in and out of these campsites on the land side, and as you can see, it's actually a fairly good road to drive. There's also heaps of firewood around here, which makes having a campfire just so much easier. You don't have to drive for miles to get your firewood. So you can get caravans in here. There are a few caravans parked up here. You just have to watch the branches a little bit up the top. I had a bit of a disaster last night. Check this out. Raining. Started bucketing down. Middle of the night. Woke up, obviously we haven't prepared for the rain, so the roof collapsed. Everything got wet. Now we're trying to get the walls up. That's the fun of travelling with a camper trailer. Look at all this. You're very exposed to the weather in a camper trailer. You are living only a half a mil away from the elements. And any change in the weather needs to be well thought out before it happens. Otherwise this happens. Now unfortunately enough, we took everything out of the camper trailer because we wanted to film it and show you guys some new setup. But that's why everything is lined up over here, and that's when it started to rain in the middle of the night when you least expect it. And it started with a bang too. This thing completely collapsed, as it usually does. So we got walls and stuff. We can actually get out now. I just got them off the roof. I'm going to put the walls up, which will make this a little bit more waterproof. Still got issues with this reef here. See that? This is condensation that comes through somehow, from somewhere. Only where it touches the metal. I've had that before. I don't know what it is.
I'm not red on
It rains all the time. Our gas burner is flooded. Can you hear it?
Oh dear. Have to wake up, do all this shit. Pack up all the wet stuff. Everything get dirty. Look at that.
On days like this, unfortunately, our solar doesn't work and we have to use our backup generator. Although we can go at least 2 days without power, 2 days will probably be the limit. But if we do video editing inside, it draws a fair bit of power, so I'll have to start the generator at least once a day. I don't want to run the batteries absolutely to the limits. So we'll give our good little generator a go for a couple of hours, charge up the batteries, and we're good to go again. Those days when you just sit around, can't do much.
Yeah, because of the weather.
Not sure if you guys can hear the beautiful sound of the generator in the background. Get those days sometimes when it's raining, eh? What do you do?
No more action for today. Relaxing day.
Yep. Those are the days where we actually get to do some editing done.
And drink.
Jenny, by the way, has a 0 alcohol wine, which is very responsible of her.
Actually, it tastes very good. I like it.
Whereas I'm having a little tawny.
Corn.
Tawny, not tawny.
Corn.
Tawny.
Corn. Yes. After 20 and on. Are we cooking now?
Yep, we are cooking, and tonight's special dinner is
Chorizo pasta.
correct, which is a super easy meal I recommend
And
any
cheaper.
traveller to use. All you need is a good quality chorizo,
Yep.
and that's half a chorizo. Show you that. We've got half a chorizo here and half an onion, and then on top of that we need some tomato sauce. Diced tomatoes. Yep, that one here. And
This one is very good, but I like garlic flavor.
yep, so we found that this brand here is the best.
Yum.
Tried it once. It's not the cheapest one, but it definitely pays off using this brand. So good. So, 3 ingredients. That, the chorizo, the onions, bit of salt, bit of pepper.
Yeah,
It's pretty much all you need.
and the pasta.
And then this bit of pasta. So good. Having that for dinner
Yeah.
because it's been raining
And
and
we just do editing all day, and
Yep.
I learned some English course, so
yeah, we're having a relaxed one today.
okay. I think it's ready. Oh, hot. Ready.
Ready, strainer.
It's a bit quick one.
Alright, let's get to cooking the sauce. Got a bit of oil and goes in our chorizo. Very easy, everything goes in at the same time. Now this pasta sauce comes with basil or with garlic, and we like it with basil and garlic.
I love garlic.
So what we do is, if we got the one with basil, we add some garlic. If we got the one with garlic, we add some garlic. You don't have to, you know, but it does taste, yeah, just a bit more Italian, I'll say.
Sensation.
What we'll do is brown that off until those onions get a bit glazy. Actually, we need a bit of salt in there, and that helps the onions
Salt, yeah.
get a bit more translucent. In case you didn't know.
Caramelize.
Ooh. What's the problem with salt? Is
We have to add the raw rice.
it clogs up.
Have to add the rice in there.
Yeah, there's another tip. Have to add some rice in there. Jenny, that's your job.
Tomorrow it's too dark already.
And then a bit of pepper.
Oh, delicious.
You can see the basil in there. That's the last ingredient. Mamma mia, this is the perfect pasta.
Yeah. Happy to be no.
Yes. I got one secret ingredient. If you have.
What?
I always have a bit of tawny with me.
Honey.
Not only do I take that hiking, I have it on a cold evening, or I use it for cooking.
Yep.
A little bit of that. Perfect. That's it. Boom, we're done. That's it. How easy is that? Now we mix the pasta with the sauce and have dinner. Check this out. How cool is this? And it's been like this for days now. The ocean is super calm up here. Very nice place. Very nice. Very cool, calm and relaxed. Lots of coconuts have been washed up on shore here, and some of them are really good, and we're going to take some of these home. On the last episode I found a few on the beach as well, but we never had a chance to actually cook with them, so this time I'm going to take them home. Now while we're here, I might as well show you another edible plant. This here is goat's foot. And it's super common around our beaches in Australia. You can tell goat's foot by its purple flower. It's just waking up because it's still early in the morning. But it's got like this little purple flower, which I think is edible as well. Yep. And this actually tastes really delicious. What you can also eat is the tuber or the root of this. I'm not going to pull it out now, but it's got long tubers. They were used as an emergency food by the Aboriginal population. You have to boil it up. It's very stringy. It doesn't taste very nice, but it is edible. What is more edible though is the young leaves. So you can cook the young leaves up. There's a few maybe. These ones, chop them up, boil them up a bit or stir fry them up, and they're a bit like a cabbage, I'd say. So this stuff goes everywhere. Good knowledge to have in case you run into trouble. You can eat this stuff. And the flowers, like I said, they're actually very delicious. Morning, darling.
Morning. How's your sleep?
Very good.
Me too.
Look at the ocean. How nice is it?
Calm. The tides come up now, but
Just had a visitor. who's underneath our camper trailer just now. Check him out. He's trying to run away. Ha, how cool is that? 2 cables. 2 cables that will cost me a lot of money at the moment. So to improve our internet signal, we've opted for a bigger antenna, and we've done a bit of an investment to just generally improve our internet, because it's been an absolute pain in the rear to be out in remote areas and not being able to have internet. Normally we wouldn't care at all, we don't need it, but to make the videos, we actually need some sort of internet connections to, you know, download soundtracks and just sometimes I have to learn things, you know. I'm not always 100% on all the editing parts, so I'll look them up online. So now we've opted for a bigger antenna, which we reviewed a few things on, and a couple of guys in the caravan park recommended it to us. That's that thing there. So we drove all the way to Townsville, which is about 70 kilometers from here, to buy the antenna. What happened was we had to go to JCar to buy the TS9 connectors that go into our modem, and they have to convert to an SMA. So an SMA to TS9 connector. The guy at the counter gave me those bits. Both said SMA to TS9, but they were not the same. One of these cables is wrong, and we're going to have to drive all the way back to Townsville to get them exchanged.
Shit.
Yeah, so what we're going to do now, I thought, is if we have to go to Townsville anyway, we take you guys along the journey and show you a bit about what happens in the background. All the dramas we have living remote, and, you know, show you a little bit about Townsville as well, because we only drove through it and it seemed like a pretty cool town. We found probably the biggest camping store that I have ever seen in Townsville, which is the BCF. That thing is absolutely massive. Oh my God. I walked in there and I had to get back out because it was just too dangerous to be in there. Me and camping stores, you look at all this and you know why. It's another pain. Time we go somewhere for longer, we have to pack up all our expensive gear, because unfortunately you can't lock the camper trailer, and the place we're at the moment is a bit transient, so there's a lot of people coming in and out, and I don't want to risk it. And we also have to upload our videos, which is impossible at the moment because our internet is so crap. Uploading a 4 gigabyte file, which is only a HD file, can take at the best, you know, an hour or so, 2 hours if we have good reception. And if I upload a 4K file, which I'd love to do, but that's twice the time. So how do you do it? When you got no reception or very little reception, it would take days to upload. So what we do is we'll drive somewhere where there is better reception and we upload it on the road. Another thing we want to do is improve our shower kit, and this is, I'm going to make another video of this. This has been a project of mine for weeks now, and I haven't sussed it out yet. I haven't quite worked it out 100%. Every time I buy something in the shop, it is an hour away. I drive there, buy the bits, I bring them back, they don't work, and I do the same thing again. So I nailed it down to only a few bits now that I'm going to get, and then hopefully my self-contained shower and water pump kit will work, and I'll do a video on how that actually works and what I put in it as well. Alright, let's get to Townsville. Get out of here first. So as you can see, a lot of things we can combine by going into a town. So usually in the morning we'll make a list, all the things that need to be done in civilization.
Yeah,
we put on our good clothes, put a bit of deodorant on,
Yeah.
And away we go. So yeah, let's go to Townsville. Alright, we got our cable. Took a few attempts in a few shops to buy it, but we were able to buy what I wanted from a small shop. They're actually quite helpful. We got that. We've got our little plumbing fixing. Now it's time to do some sightseeing. And how much is it, Jenny?
Oh, $2 for 2 hours. Bargain.
What? $2 parking?
Yeah.
For 2 hours? In Perth you get 5 minutes for that.
2 hours.
That's where we're going. This was unfortunately the only museum open at the time, and it wasn't really worth the money, to be honest. Nevertheless, Townsville is a great town and definitely worth checking out if you're passing through. Now, there were a lot of military museums that we would have loved to see, but unfortunately they were all closed, so we ended up going up the hill and have a look. Alright, we're now on the lookout point called Castle Hill, which is a little drive up the hill. And there's a few vantage points here where you can see the whole town of Townsville. It's pretty cool. The next day we went for a little splash at the close by Crystal Creek pools. Ready to go. We got a massive 800 metres to walk today. Alright, so we're taking a little hike today to the Rock Slide, which is coming off a place called Little Crystal Creek. It's only an 800 metres walk. And since we're out here on a mission to get some water, we thought we'll go and check this place out. So there's two levels to the slides. There's a lower level and the upper level. Apparently the upper level is a bit better, so we go check it out. Have a wander around the waterfall, just going up a little bit, see what we can find. As always, the best spot are hidden.
Beautiful area, guys.
There's more to come.
I can't wait to jump in the water.
Yeah, she's the first one in today. How weird is that? And as always, it pays off to go the extra mile and go where no one else really wanders to. And we found this sick spot. Check it out. the other rock slide here, but I'm not sure if I'll fit in there. I saw a couple of kids going down, I think, earlier, and they look pretty tight already. So I reckon I'll get bloody squeezed up in there. It's that. Right, that was the rock slide at Crystal Falls, sorry. Yeah. Do yourself a favour, just walk up a little bit more, walk up a bit higher from the upper rock slide, and then you get to that waterhole that we got to. It's definitely worth it. It's not far, it's literally a couple of 100 metres or so, but definitely worth it.
This is very hard to find in Australia. It's called Thai coriander leaf.
Yeah, check this out. So this local farm's put up a little food stall out here. It is a honesty system. So you just pay in there. They've written all the prices on the product. So you just pick what you need, be a nice person and don't pinch anything. It is all very reasonably priced, so no need to pinch any of this. And there's all sorts of stuff. Check it out. Alright, we got water. Finally got water. I'm not going to tell you where I got it from though, that's a little secret. Let's just say it didn't come out of the creek. We got water legally, perfectly legally. We don't do anything illegal. But we had some flooding. We had this little valve rubbing against my beers. And it opened up, which is always a worry I have when I have it inside. Ideally, I want to put it on the roof to carry it. In this case, it didn't do it, and it started leaking. Had this problem once before. I should have learned, but yeah, haven't. Anyway, what you hear in the background there is a little pump, which is still giving me a bit of grief, but I'm working on it, and that is now pumping this water, which is untreated, through a filter. Blue inline filter, and then into our main water tank, and then the rest we'll keep in the bladder, and we just use it for washing or whatever. So we use, for drinking water, we use that inline filter first. That's a first stage filtering, and then we use a little Brita hand filter for a second stage filtering. That's it.
Happy now, got water for my washing stuff, wash my hair.
It's going to be a long shower tonight. Well, that's it for this episode. Thanks for watching, and don't forget to subscribe to our channel for more adventures to come. We would also love to hear from you on our socials, so be sure to check them out today and see what we get up to.